recording now. All right, so welcome to your first online module for the summer. Also, congratulations on becoming student leader, woohoo. So at this time, we're just going to be talking to you about how to be not only a responsible user, but also a responsible student leader on all social media platforms.
Yes, so before we start, we do want to note that having social media is not required in any way in any student leader role. You're not obligated to be on any social media platform, and you'll not miss out on any opportunities by not having social media accounts. We know that having this presentation, it's kind of seems like we're expecting you to be on social media, but we're just kind of going with the assumption that the majority of us are on social media. Also, you are in complete control of whether you follow your students or if your students follow you. It will not affect your mentor role if your students do or do not follow you on any social media platform. So we also just want to recognize that as well.
So to start off, we wanted to first introduce ourselves. So my name is Isabel Remick, and I am the transfer chair.
Yes, and I am Rachel Shellstrom, and I am the Scholastic Chair. Below, as you can see, we've attached our emails. So if you'd like to reach out to us at any point regarding this presentation or any other student leader training responsibilities, please do not hesitate to reach out. We also have our emails noted at the end of this presentation as well.
All right, so let's first get into like a short introduction of becoming a responsible student leader on social media platforms. So first of all, like, why should you care about this issue, and also what should you consider when posting?
So as a student leader, you are a mentor to incoming students and a role model to returning students as well. So what you post online represents our larger USD community as well as your personal self too. So as your incoming students are looking up to you as this mentor, it is essential for you to understand the power your voice holds as you use social media.
So as you should know, social media is quite powerful. It has been seen before that, negative or hurtful images, messages, videos, or any other post, it can and has negatively impacted student scholarships, current jobs, and also positions on campus. Posts can also deter future employment opportunities and leadership roles. And lastly, and most importantly, malicious or mean posts can cost you your current student leader position. We really don't want that to happen.
No, we don't. Yeah, so to give you all kind of the lay of the land and some expectations, an idea of what we're talking about here today, we want to share some fun examples with all of you of what to post and also what to avoid posting. So let's get into some fun pictures.
All right. So if you're under the age of 21, regardless of where you are or who you're with, you should never be uploading either images or videos of yourself or other underage individuals consuming any sort of alcohol, period. You should also not be commenting anything that suggests you or anyone under the age of 21 is consuming alcohol. Both in the United States and also on the USD campus, you're not allowed to drink under the 21 age limit.
Yes, so with this being said, still feel free to post fun pictures of you and your friends doing things like visiting the beach, going on hikes, or any other fun activities that you enjoy doing. Feel free to also show off a cute selfie with a new makeup look or a picture of your surfing skills. Since we are going to be coming back to San Diego, you might want to try out some surfing. Social media should be a fun place for you to show your good times and accomplishments in a sober environment, of course, especially if you are under 21.
You don't need a drink to have fun.
Yes.
All right, so if you are over the age of 21, we do have a little bit of a different rule for you. You can legally drink in the United States. Congratulations. Also, you can post pictures indicating that you are drinking or showing you're drinking, but make sure yourself and your environment shows that your alcohol consumption is responsible, respectful, and safe. So like we have here, if you're out with friends or family, having a glass of wine with dinner, that's totally fine.
Yes, and as you can see, Isabel's having a lovely time.
Yes, and I'm over 21, so it's totally legal and acceptable.
Yes. Yes, but regardless of your age, you should never post anything online about alcohol being consumed in a dangerous setting or in copious amounts, as you see here. Illegal substances should never be posted about in any context. Although the post may seem funny or necessary to share at the time, it could have serious consequences for yourself and others, and we do not want you to have to face those. So as we mentioned before, you are a role model to many students on campus, whether those are your first years, your transfer students, or any other students you may be mentoring, and therefore, what you post online is looked up to. To them, your actions represent the USD community as a whole, including both the SA and TSA programs. So never be posting pictures like this that Isabel and I have demonstrated for you. We do not want to see any consequences having to happen.
And even though other people may be posting stuff like that, you should still understand you're a leader, people looking up to you. You might regret that in a few years.
Yes, you always have your SA and TSA name written on you somewhere.
All right, so USD does follow federal laws, not California state laws, since we are a university campus. This means that cannabis, although it's legal for people over the age of 21 in California, it's still going to be illegal on campus regarding the age of the possessor. So on the USD website, we also have a clear policy for alcohol that includes for both people under 21 and over 21. If you want more information about these rules and regulations for students, regardless of age, we do recommend reading this policy in full, so feel free to either pause the video here or the entire policy is also posted on the USD's website.
Yes, and the little link is on the bottom right corner for you as well. Yes, so to continue our discussion, we understand that social media is also a great and powerful tool to promote your activism for passionate causes. So before uploading anything on a movement or activist cause, assure that it is respectful and inclusive to all people, all communities, even those who might be against you on an issue. As a leader, you want to remain respectful and inclusive to all races, genders, sexualities, religions, and other identities, groups, and communities as well. So here's also a positive example of what to post on social media for an activist cause. For example, climate change is what's here.
All right, so comments on posts are also just as important as the posts themselves, even though it may not seem like it. So when you are writing comments, you want to make sure that you remain a positive, reinforceful, and respectful voice on the internet, and make sure to always reread and reflect on your words before you post them online. Because once they're up, even though it can seem like you can take it down, it's up there forever.
Yes. So as others look up to you, they also look up to your words. Online, avoid posting hurtful, negative, or judgmental comments towards yourself or others on social media. As you can kind of see on this example here, avoid posting things that might be harmful or hurtful to others. We want to make sure to be posting only positive comments, as Isabel just mentioned.
All right, so now that you've seen some examples of what you can do and what you really shouldn't do, we want you to take away that your posts on social media are impactful and forever. So before posting, make sure to ask yourself, would I want this on a billboard in New York City? And am I okay with my family, friends, and employers seeing this? If it's a no, then you probably shouldn't put it up on the internet.
Yes, always ask yourself these questions. Yes, so as a student leader, your advocacy and voice on social justice matters is viewed by both incoming and returning students. So it's important to note what your responsibilities are as a student leader on social media.
All right, so on that note, it is important that we take a moment to talk about your use on social media platforms as a space for both advocacy and awareness. We also want to mention that we are by no means expecting you to utilize your social media for this purpose. There are many ways beyond, posting on social media that you can advocate for change and bring awareness to certain social justice issues. These include going to rallies, donating, educating yourself, and, educating other people around you, volunteering, there's a ton of different ways.
Yes, and now that that's been said, let's ask ourselves, what does it mean to be an ally? Well, as we just began talking about, being an ally is being there to support others and be a good listener, as you do with having positive social media and posting practices as well. And oftentimes, being an ally includes being welcoming, free of judgment, and also supportive. Being an ally also includes integrity or doing the right thing when no one is watching. One of those first steps to being a good ally is educating yourself to make sure that you know the issue well and fully. Next, just because everyone else is posting about something, that does not mean that you also have to post about it. It's very important to first get to educate yourself and know the issue fully, as I just mentioned. An example that I like to use for this is the hashtag Blackout Tuesday. I don't know if you all remember, but when everything was going on during last summer, a lot of people were posting a black square with the Blackout Tuesday hashtag. And many people, as a response to this, were noting how the black square did not do anything to improve what was going on and that it was kind of pointless. Yet everyone still went along and posted it because as it kind of spread, everyone felt like, oh, I'm going to be seen as not an ally if I'm not posting this. So that's why the CCLO that we'll be talking about during in-person training, the CCLO of authentic engagement is super important because it's important to keep in mind to always be authentic in how you're engaging with this content. And the CCLO also encompasses a lot of what we're talking about today, but we'll make sure to tell you more about it when we get to in-person training too.
All right, so just to have it out there, USD has also presented their stance on acts of intolerance, which does apply to all social media platforms alongside anywhere on the internet. So it states that hateful speech and conduct against others of different backgrounds and cultures is unacceptable at a university which prides itself on the recognition of the dignity of each individual. So if you feel like something you're posting is going to go against this act of intolerance statement, then you probably shouldn't put it up. So this full entire statement can also be viewed on USD's website, or you can pause the video here and read the whole statement.
Yes, and the link is in the bottom right corner again too. Yeah, so to drive our point home, we want to finish by stating that positivity and respectfulness is essential for any student or student leader on any social media platform and just kind of outside of social media as well. It's important to always be positive and respectful to all communities and identities.
All right. So respect on social media, it can be seen in a ton of different ways. First, you always want to ask for consent of any single person that could be present in your post before, putting it up on your account. Also, make sure to give credit where it's due and ensure that you have the credit and the rights to share someone else's either information, product, or work. You also want to keep your post positive, so they don't hurt or humiliate other people. If someone does post a negative comment to your upload, just delete the comment rather than responding to it. Starting an argument never turns out well online. Also double check that the content you are putting up is both true and honest of yourself and others. And lastly, always think and reflect before you either type up a comment or a post or press upload.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're ever uncertain about these guidelines, you can always reach out to your associate facilitating student leaders or us, your chairs. Please know that we're always here for you as you kind of navigate these waters and try to figure out social media. We're both social media users as well, and we always are thinking about these guidelines too. So please feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah, so if you never, we never want you to feel wary or worried about, reaching out to Rachel or me regarding, any of these social media issues. We do know some solutions are hard to navigate and some situations are too. We would be more than happy to review any video, picture, post, or comment before it's uploaded to just confirm that it meets these guidelines. We'll never have any judgment towards you or other people, and we're always here to help. So if you do have any further questions about either this presentation or questions at your time here as a student leader, feel free to reach out to us with the emails posted below. We're students, we're in the same position that you are, and we're here to help.
Yes, thank you all so much for listening.
Thank you.